Jack, does the nature of the win against Leyton Orient kind of sum up the season so far?
Yeah, I think it does. Obviously, it's like I say, it's good to get a win. Really, it's just getting that consistency and getting the run of games going and move up to continue that. Obviously, this weekend.
Connor said you've had some kind of meetings around some of the errors maybe this week. Is that something that collectively you need to cut out if you're going to propel yourselves up the table a bit more?
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, like you say, like we've had the meetings and it's just the little fine things that we need to cut out as a whole. We're playing good football. We're playing well as a team, but it's just like you say, it's the fine margins that are letting us down at the minute. So as a group and everyone, and just we need to cut them out, obviously. And like I say, the results will come, but overall, I think performances have been well. So we just like I say, got to cut them fine details out.
Do you think it's helped you guys in particular at the back when you've managed to get a bit of a settled back four? Because I know you've been chopping and changing in terms of that central two and also the wide areas. That can't help, can it?
Yeah, obviously it's a factor towards it, but at the end of the day, I think we've all got a good relationship in the back four, and no matter who's playing, obviously um there's a lot of there's a lot of people in the defence, so obviously it can chop and change, but we've all got a good relationship between us. So I think that shouldn't really affect anything. It's just like I say, just the fine margins at the minute, and we'll look to cut them out.
Connor spoke quite well this morning about your passing range and your distribution is something that has improved throughout the season. Is that something you've been kind of consciously working on and that you've looked to add to your game a bit more?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I've always got a list of things I need to improve on. Everyone's got things they need to improve on, and that was definitely one of them coming into the season. Obviously, Barnsley do like playing football, and obviously, I took more of a central role sometimes this season. So obviously, I need to have that about me and be composed on the ball and be relaxed. So yeah, I've definitely tried to put a lot of work in with all the staff and stuff like that in the training on and off the pitch. So yeah, obviously, it's I've been showing some good range of passing, but there's still room for improvement there.
Certainly in the Leyton Orient game, I saw loads of diagonal balls and a few other things that you're trying. And with the forward outlets you've got and the pace that you've got, that can be a real asset, can't it?
Yeah, definitely. We've got some great options going forward. So that's it. We know the movements and stuff that the type of things players do off the ball. So we know where each and every person needs to be and should be. So it's just about picking the right pass in the moment, really. So, but yeah, like you say, we've got good options and good width and good attacking power. So it's you've always got good options when you're on the ball to make the pass forward.
Do you feel like as a team you've given yourselves a great platform now with some games in hand, with January coming up just outside the playoffs, that you can give it a real go?
Yeah, definitely, exactly that. I enjoy this period because there's a lot of games and every footballer just wants to play game after game after game. So I enjoy this period. It's a good time to get your teeth into some games, and like I say, if you come through and getting a few wins and good wins over Christmas, and you come out the other side into the new year and you've got a few wins under your belt, then it'll put us in a good position going into the new year.
There's obviously some good teams in the division, but from your experience so far this season, do you feel like there's anybody else to fear in the league?
Personally, I think every team we've come up against, we've not had anything to fear. I think we've played well in a lot of the games this season. Obviously, there's bad performances in there, but I feel like that we're going into every game and feeling confident and feeling that if we do what we do and we stick to our game plan, we can beat anyone in this league. That's not being big-headed or anything. It's just a sign of confidence within the team and backing ourselves, really.
And how much does that come from Connor and what he's brought to the team this season?
Yeah, definitely a lot of that. He always tells us to play with courage on the ball and take the ball and want to do stuff and express yourself. And he openly admits that lads are going to give the ball away and make mistakes, but he says that's what everyone in the team's there for, and for everyone to run back and cover them for it. So yeah, he encourages to be brave on the ball and want to do things. So yeah, a lot of that's come from the gaffer, and he's really wanting to express himself.
How good can Reyes Cleary be in his career?
Yeah, he's some of the stuff he does in games, yeah, he's a good young lad. So he's a great lad in the changing room as well. I get along with him, well. I sit next to him in the changing room. So, but yeah, it's on a Saturday and with his power and his pace and going forward, yeah, he's been brilliant this year so far.
What's his banter like? As good as his skills?
All right, to be fair, yeah, he's a good lad. I enjoy sitting next to him. So he's a good lad.
I mean, does this just show the strength of the club in identifying young talent, but also in giving that young talent an opportunity to play games?
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, it's all about everyone's going to get an opportunity at some point this season. So it's all about taking it with both hands. That's the way I see stuff. You're going to get an opportunity, so then it's down to you. Then the manager says we've had a lot of opportunities for people to come in this year, and he says the opportunity is there for you to tell me why you should be playing or tell me why you should continue to play. So there's always loads of opportunities and loads of games for people to express and show why they should be playing. So that's the opportunity we have.
Is Reyes kind of just the latest example of what the club has done in the past? I mean, take your case for example. You know where the club got you from in terms of non-league and the opportunity that you got. Are you kind of grateful for what Barnsley has done for you in your career?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they give me the opportunity, but like just going on to what I've just said is you can get the opportunity, but you can't pass that opportunity up. It can all of a sudden, if you take your foot off the gas for 5 minutes, it can pass you by. So you've got to come in every day and work hard, and that's what the lads do. There's no one coming in and being like half about it. Everyone's in every day, working hard, doing the right things, and he's good at the minute. We've got a good group about us.
Looking forward to the long trip to Exeter.
Yeah, we're traveling down tomorrow, so yeah, it's a long trip, but obviously one that we're looking to go to and get 3 points at the end of the day.
And you've already alluded to it. There's a lot of games over Christmas, as we all know. But if you can string a few more results together, then you'll be in a really exciting spot, won't you, going into the new year?
Yeah, that's it. It was exactly that. There's a lot of games over the Christmas period, so it's just down to us then to take it game by game. We won at the weekend, and there's another game this weekend. We'll look to go in and win that, and just take it each game as it comes. So, like you said, there's a lot of opportunities to get points on the board over the Christmas period, and we'll look to do that.
Thank you, Jack. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Right.
Hi, Jack. I think this will be your third year, sort of Christmas period as a professional, weren't it? And obviously, maybe training on Christmas Day, the long trip just before Christmas, all these games. But I guess it's kind of, you probably relish it because before, when you're sort of non-league, that's what you wanted to do, I guess.
Yeah, exactly that. Obviously, everyone who plays football at a young age, you dream to becoming a professional footballer. So, but exactly what I've been saying earlier, it's about not passing up the opportunity. It's not a long career football really, so it's about enjoying it while you're in it as well. And for me, working hard, like I say, I've come into it later than what you'd expect most people to come into the football game. So for me, it's just about working hard and making up for them lost years that I didn't have.
Yeah, you're 24 now, obviously still really young, but when you look at other players in the Barnsley team, Vermael, Bland, Fabio Jallo just coming back, Reyes as mentioned earlier as well, Patrick Kelly. I mean, you're a few years older than those players, so do you feel like you take a bit of a leadership role this season at times as well?
Yeah, I try to. Obviously, it's the same. Obviously, I get leadership from the other lads. Obviously, there's the more experienced lads in the changing room. Then, like you say, I think everyone's got their own leadership qualities within the team, but especially from a defender, you naturally need that little bit of leadership on the pitch because you see everything really. So I like to think I'm good at that. Obviously, it's something I want to keep adding to my game, more leadership. But like you said, there's some good young quality in the team, like the players you've just said. So yeah, it's exciting.
Imagine as a defensive unit, you want to keep more clean sheets. So you had a few, and then you've had a few more difficult games as well defensively. I know the manager said like your team will score a lot of goals, so you maybe don't need to keep one every time. But I'm guessing it's something you want to tick off a bit more.
Definitely, as a defender, you want to keep a clean sheet every game. That's the aim for every game. But like I said, it's just the fine details at the minute. I feel like we're playing well as a team and we're defending well in most parts of the game. It's just the little details that are letting us down at the minute. The sloppy goals really that are coming from individual and group errors. So like I say, we've talked about them. We've been over them. Lads have said what the problems are with it, and like I say, we'll look to go into the weekend and hopefully keep a clean sheet.
Is it just, I guess, keeping confidence high as well when you have moments like that? Really working hard to get back in at Lincoln, and then 10 seconds after the kickoff, it's another goal, stuff like that. And then obviously Saturday was similar, but you came back. Is it just keeping your heads up when those sloppy errors happen?
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, it's staying confident and sticking to, no matter what happens, sticking to what we know in our game plan, not going off script. And like I say, we came in at half time 2-1 down at the weekend after we thought we'd had a good first half an hour, 35 minutes. And the gaffer just came in and said, do what we do, we'll win the game. And we went out in the second half, turned it round, and we won the game. So it's just exactly that, sticking to what we do as a team. And we feel like that if we do that every week, there's no one we can fear. In
terms of playing out from the back, have you always sort of done that when you come through? I know non-leagues maybe a little bit different sometimes, but you've always been that kind of player?
Obviously less playing out in non-league, but like I said, it's something that I wanted to add to my game, especially with football nowadays. It's becoming more modern and people playing out and not going as long, so it's something that I've wanted to add to my game, and I'll keep adding to my game. But like I say, I do enjoy it. I enjoy being on the ball and looking for the passes and looking to break lines and stuff. So like I say, it's the style of play we've got at the minute, and I enjoy playing in the middle. Yeah.
Another thing, I know you're obviously a defender and you focus on that, but adding 1 or 2 goals, is that at the other end, is that something you'd like to do this season as well?
Definitely, 100%. That's something that I've been working on from set pieces. Obviously, like I said, with my height, I'm always going to be some form of a threat, but it's definitely something I want to add to my game, getting more chipping in at the other end. Obviously, it's good when you're clearing it off the line or making a tackle or block, etc. But it's definitely something I want to add at the other end. Yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks, Jack.
Cheers.
That's fine. Doug touched on it there. This is going to be your third Christmas as a professional. Take us back to your last one as a semi-pro when you were at Pontefract Colliery. How did you go into that? How many games did you have? Were you out on the booze on Christmas Eve with your mates? You can be honest.
I think you play a boxing day. Sometimes you play a boxing day. Sometimes it gets rearranged for the day after.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it's, for me, when I was in non-league, obviously it's a different. You're not training every day and stuff, and obviously I do have a drink after the game. But for me, I was sort of focusing on my diet and doing things right. It got to a point the last year or so when I was playing at Pontefract, I was eating like the same food every day, eating the same thing every day for like, I think I ate the same food every day for like a year and a half, because I knew that was the right food I was eating. And I look back and I'm gone, I've done it in a way. Yeah. So obviously I got my diet right, and I got into the gym, and like I say, I worked hard for it.
So you were playing the semi-professional level, but you had the mentality almost of a professional at that stage.
But yeah, it was just, obviously I got speaking to a few people, and they just said, like, you're doing well, and it's just all about getting your diet right and getting into the gym, and you might be able to add that little bit more to your game. And that's exactly what I did. I went out and spoke to people, got advice on my diet and things, and that's what I did. I found what I enjoyed eating, and like I said, it might be a bit boring, but it did get a bit boring in the end, but eating the same food every single day, but it worked for me. I knew what I was eating, so it was all right for me.
And when your teammates are going out for a post-match beer and you're having to say, I'm all right, lads, that takes discipline, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It was hard at times, but obviously, like I say, you look back and you're thankful for that. Obviously, you had some celebrations sometimes, obviously, in the off-season, and sometimes when you could get a little break. But like I say, the main bulk of it was just sticking to your guns and just saying no. Sometimes you can stay and enjoy the banter and being around it, but you don't have to have a drink. So that's what I was doing a lot of the time.
And when did it click for you when you are a late developer? You didn't go through the academy system like 90% of the guys did that you're up against each week. When did it click for you that you really had a good chance?
I don't really know about a decisive moment. It was just obviously when I got the opportunity at Barnsley, it's a bit like taken back at first, like, Jesus, like you were seeing some of the names and you're like, how you sort of thinking, how am I in this changing room?
Yeah.
But then, like I said, you just got to back yourself, and you're like, I'm here for a reason, and you've just got to give yourself the confidence. And like I say, everyone's growing each game, and like I say, that's what I've been doing. I've been learning a lot. Every year I've been here, there's been some good people to learn off and gain experience from, and that's what I tried doing to build myself.
And just going back to your youth, were you always a natural at it, or has it always been something you've had to work hard at? Like, were you top division in Sheffield and Hallamshire Junior League when you were growing up, or were you down in the middle section trying to get there?
I can't even remember. It was a bit of both, really. I think it was just, obviously I enjoyed playing football, like everyone does, but it just gets to a point where then you start playing on a Saturday, you start getting a little bit of money, and then you're just like, let's see how far it can go. And that was the main thing for me, of see how far I can take myself. My initial aim was to be like, if I can pay my mortgage off with the money I earn from football and whatever you earn from work, that's the initial mindset I went into. Then obviously I got picked up from Barnsley, and like I say, I've not looked back since. Just keep working hard, keep my head down, and keep doing what I need to do.